It's so cold in here. It is so cold. Oh, when will this weather make up its mind, people? Listen, I don't like the cold. I get it, but my goodness, I can't do it. Hey, Mimi here with DAP, and today I was going to answer some of the frequently asked questions that we get quite often here at DAP. I just got to the studio, so of course I had to turn the heat up because we turned it down because that electric bill is no joke. So, just trying to warm up a little bit. This weather goes from hot to cold to hot to cold to hot. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And then I hear we're supposed to get some sort of snowstorm again, like sometime between February 2nd and 12th. If you've heard that, comment below that you've heard about it. If you know more about it, please let me know. If you're watching this in the replay, please type the word replay so that I know that that's how you're watching it. So, we're going to kick this off. I won't keep you that long because I actually have to go to Richlands real quick and come back today. So, one of the things that I get quite a bit is, what do you guys do? We get that all the time. Which, I mean, it's not a bad question. I understand. Like, you hear theater company, so you're kind of like, I'm not really sure what that is. I'm not really, like, movie theater or what. We do arts education in acting, in voice, in piano, in dance, some stage combat, things like that. That's basically like the gist. There's little things here and there. Sometimes we do like, little video projects and things. Wait, real quick. Do you guys see that? That's gray hair. You see that gray right there? These children. It comes from teaching these kids. Let's just cover that up a little bit. But that's basically what we do here. We also offer performance opportunities for kids, teens, and adults. And a lot of people, when they hear theater company, they automatically just think kids. But we do things for everybody and adults too. And we encourage our teens and our adults to come out and do stuff with us. And of course, we do have programs and performances for kids as well. Yes, we do. All right. The next thing that I get asked quite a bit. Let's see here. Here it is. Do you have to be a part of the company to audition for a show? No, you do not. That is, our auditions are open to the public all the time. Like anytime we have an audition, they're always open to the public. So we encourage the public to audition. We don't have some sort of secret club or, like you don't have to be like a lifetime member of DAP or anything like that. Like no, any auditions that you see that we put out there, we want anyone and everyone to come out to these auditions. Okay. Which leads me to, I get the question, do I have to have experience to be in one of your shows? No, you do not. You absolutely do not. We have professionals, meaning paid people, actors who have been paid to be on stage, not necessarily by us, but just in general. They're professional actors. We have amateurs. We have people in between. We have people, we have beginners, you name it. We work with it because I think that's the beauty of our theater company is that we combine those worlds together, the professionals and the amateurs and people who are learning and people who want to learn. So you don't have to have experience to be in our shows. We can pretty much work with everyone. Is there a fee to be in one of your shows? Okay, this is a fair question. Yes. The fees go towards certain things. things that we don't want you to have to worry about. Oftentimes for the kids shows, the fees go towards costumes, wigs, props, things like that, because that takes the work off the parent. So the parent doesn't have to run around town going, oh gosh, I got to get this and I got to get this unicorn head and is this right? And they bring it back and I have to go, no, get something else and they have to go back out. Because who has time to do that? That's what we do. That's what our specialty is. That's what we do. So we charge the fee. So we go, don't worry about it. We got it because I know what I'm looking for. I know the vision that I want the show to look like, and we take care of that. My mom, Deborah Matthews, she's our wardrobe mistress, our costumer, and so, we always get together before a show and say, okay, what do we want it to look like and things like that. So it just kind of takes the burden off of you guys. My adults, they are mainly responsible for their costumes, except for some custom pieces. Like for Little Shop, we had to have some dresses for our doo-wop pop girls. And so we had to order some of those and things like that. So, and the wigs and things like that. So, but there is a fee. And we are praying that one day, once we're in our own theater, fingers crossed, everybody, that we won't have to worry about fees anymore and that we'll have enough stuff that we could just keep on recycling and get down to hopefully, no fees. But we are a business, so we have to be able to get paint and set pieces and all that good stuff. Where do you guys rehearse? We rehearse right here at our studio, 742 Court Street, downtown Jacksonville. I wanted to be downtown because downtown is changing. It's slow, I know, but we're trying to really get some more small businesses down here and changing the face of downtown Jacksonville. We're really safe. We're right behind the JPD, there's cameras everywhere. But we do rehearse here and we do our classes out of the studio here. Where do you perform your shows? That's another question we get. We perform our smaller shows usually at Barley Wine Cafe, which is a couple doors down, 720 Court Street. So we do our murder mystery dinner theaters there. We do our Broadway After Dark reviews, things like that. Some of our showcases, like our class showcases and summer camp showcases we do there. The smaller venue. Our bigger shows, like our Broadway junior shows, like August Osage County, things like that, we do at Jacksonville High School Auditorium and Southwest High School Auditorium. And next question. So you don't have your own theater? No, we do not yet, but that's what we're working on. And you all can help us out with that. And 2019 is the year we're looking at being in our own black box theater. And what that is, people often ask, what's a black box theater? Black box theater seats anywhere from about 125 to 150. That's about what we average per show. And so that's what we want to get is it's painted all black on the inside. You can turn around the seats. Hey, Herb, what's going on, man? How you doing? So we're getting there. We're trying. This is Herb. He's one of our actors. Hey, Herb. We're getting there. That's where the community comes in. We are trying to get into a black box theater by next year so that we can offer more arts opportunities. We can offer more classes. We can offer more dance classes. We can do more shows, and we can also rent the facility out because, as you all know, there's really not a space like that in Jacksonville that is a reasonable price to rent out. So we are considered a community theater, and so we need the community to help us with that. So if you know of any locations, let us know because we're going to combine, the studio with that. Christina. Hey, Christina. Do you have a location? Not yet, Christina. That's what I was just saying. If we can get some people that know some places, I would love to keep it downtown, but that's a little iffy because there's buildings down here that either aren't big enough or quite honestly, they're priced too high. But if people know of some locations that they're aware of that they think that would work out for a theater with some studio space, we're all about it. You can email me, shoot me a text, anything. Because that's our goal. That's our goal. Okay. Is the fee for the classes weekly or one-time fee? We get this question quite a bit. The fee is a one-time fee, okay, for the whole 8 weeks. We're not going to ask you to pay $150 a week for a class. We're not at college, okay? So it's just one time. When you register, the registration fee is deducted from your class fee. So when the first day of class starts, you just need to pay the balance. That's how that works. And you have paid off for the entire 8 weeks, okay? And the same thing goes for camp, too. The camp fee is a one-time fee when we have camp. This usually I get from people who have come from bigger cities, who have done this before. Why are your prices so low? I love this question because not everybody asks this question. But people who, have lived in bigger cities that have, other theater companies and things. The thing is that like when I was in New York City, I could charge $450 a kid for class and I would still have a wait list. I'm in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I know where I'm at. I simply cannot charge that much here because of my demographic. And also, it's just too much for this area. So we have to take that into consideration. So we dropped the price tremendously, and you're still getting the quality of a $450 class. You're just getting it at a much, much lower rate because we also aren't here trying to price gouge people. Like, we understand that there's only so much disposable income that a family has. And we are just honored and blessed that you would choose us to be a part of that. You know what I mean? That you're like, okay, this is something I want my child to do. And we're just happy that, that you're choosing us to be a part of that. So I don't want to sit up here and charge, an out of this world amount of money for classes and things like that because, where we're at. So we're going to keep them as low as we can. When we get into a theater, will they go up? Probably a little bit just because we have more overhead, but not by much. I mean, we're not going to get to the $450 mark. I can tell you that much. Is there a show at the end of the 8-week session? Okay, so we get this one quite a bit. We do what we call a showcase, okay? A showcase is where we do a mixture of songs, scenes, and monologues, okay, from various shows and things like that. So, when you're paying for a class, you're paying to learn, okay? So when you pay me to teach your child, that's what we're going to do. We're going to teach your child. We're going to teach your child about theater, the history of theater. We're going to teach your child theater terms, things like teach them about playwrights, all of those things that are important to theater. And we're going to put those things into action, and they're going to learn a script or a skit or a monologue or both. They're going to learn a song with choreography, that kind of thing. First, we kind of look at what kind of class we have. We don't want to push them too much, but we will push them some. And I know I have that reputation. I hear it all the time from some of my kids. They're like, Miss Mimi, you're the Abby Lee Miller of theater, but nicer. Because I know what kids can do. And I know what they're capable of, and you know it too. So we will push them a little bit. But as far as having like a big show with costumes and set pieces and props at the end of the 8 weeks, no, absolutely not. Because that's not what class is. And you'll find in other places in Raleigh and up north, when they take theater class, you don't have those types of shows at the end of theater class. In some places you do, and that's fine. That's what they choose to do. We like to focus more so on your technique and your skill, instead of putting like a huge, show together at the end of an 8-week session. Because then you have to focus on more things. You have to focus on costumes and, all that. And that's not what the focus of theater class is. The focus is your child learning about theater and acting and technique. That's what it is. For us, that's what it is. Other companies are different, and that's fine. That's what they do, but I'm just telling you what we do. If you want to do the big shows and stuff, that's when you come to camp, and then, or you do the Broadway Junior show, stuff like that. Or when we get into our Black Box Theater, we can have more kid shows. You can do that then. But for class, we keep it pretty simple. How is your summer camp different from other camps? Our camp, listen, I'm not just saying this because I created the camp and structured the camp. I'm not. But I think our camp is pretty awesome. I'm just saying, for this area, I think our camp is pretty awesome. We do daily arts workshops. So we have different professionals in the arts community come in and do things with the campers. We have Donna from Salt who comes in and shows them how to make their own soaps that they get to take home. We have Artworks that comes in. Hey, Connie, how you doing? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. We have to get together because like I say that every time I'm live and then we never get together. But we do, we have like different people. One year we had Jay Tyson, who used to work for Jim Henson. He came in and he kind of showed them how to make their own sock puppets, and he brought in his own puppets. Like we try to, do something different each year, and they get like a 1 to 2 hour day, like every day, a different arts workshop, playwriting, all types of stuff. And in addition to that, they also learn, yes, Connie, yes, we do. They also learn a show. And they also learn about theater. And it's about 3 weeks long. And then we put up their show at the end of that 3 weeks. And last year we did Recess, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I know that we're one of 2 theater companies that has a summer camp, but we're the only ones that do the arts workshops along with the shows, and they get a lot out of it. Because I figure if you're going to pay the money for your child to be in camp, you don't want them to come home being like, oh, I just did a crossword puzzle today. No, you want them to bring things home, or you want them to come home and be excited about going back to camp the next day. How often do you have shows? We get this one a lot too. We have several shows throughout the year. We have adult shows. We had last year, I'll tell you this. Last year, I personally directed or staged 11 shows. It's insane, I know, but I'm a crazy person. So, and of those, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them were adult shows. Oh, thanks, Christina. I appreciate that. I do. See, and it's when parents say stuff, then I feel like people believe it more. When parents are the ones who are like, yes. And I appreciate that. And we love working with Eloise and Calix. They're just so much fun. But this just makes me feel good that, they really enjoy it because we enjoy them. And I have just as much fun in summer camp as these kids do, to be perfectly honest. But we have shows, I think what I say, about 5 or 6 that were adult last year. Then we had the kids shows, we had the showcases, we had camp. So we have quite a few shows throughout the year. And it can only get better when we get our theater. How much are tickets to your shows? This is another question we come up with a lot. What people ask us a lot. They vary. Students go anywhere from $5 to $8. Adults anywhere from 10 to 15. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I tell people all the time, you are getting a steal. To be honest, think about it. You can't even go to the movie theater and pay $10 much anymore, unless you're like me and you go to the super bargain matinee between 4 and 5:30. That's what I do. Because that's what I do. I can't afford to go at night, and plus, I just don't want all the noise. Like, I want to be there with me and my older folks, and we watch our 4:30 movie and we get to go home. So that's what we do. But you, for $10 to $15, you get a live show for 2.5 hours. I ain't gonna get there really nowhere else in Onslow County. So that's why we always encourage people, hey, instead of going to a movie, pay for a ticket. If you were tainted by theater, because we could say, oh, I don't like theater. I went when I was in middle school. Okay, well, it's a little different than what you think now. Just get a ticket. What's the difference between you buying a ticket to go see a movie and you walking out of that movie like, oh gosh, that sucked. And doing the same thing with a theater show, buying a ticket to see a theater show, and you walk out and go, oh, that sucked, which I really hope you never say about our shows. But, you know, it's your truth. If it did, you know, we'll fix it. But, you know, so what's the difference? So you might as well try, you know. Do you offer any discounts? We do offer group discounts on shows. So if you're buying in 10 or more at one time, we do offer a discount for that. So you would just need to contact us via email and say, hey, I need to buy for 20 people, you know, that kind of thing. And then we'll give you a discount on that. And then as far as classes and camps, we offer a sibling discount for those. How can I volunteer or donate? That's fabulous. I'm so glad you asked. We are always looking for volunteers to help us build sets, to help us paint, to help us move sets, because, you know, we have to oftentimes rent U-Hauls and trailers to move our stuff to and from the auditoriums. We're always looking for people to help out with costumes. We're always looking for people to just simply pass out flyers, because I'm one person, you know, and I can't do it all. So or help with fundraising. So if you are good at any of that and you're like, I've got some time, I'll pass out some stuff, or, you know, contact some sponsors, then please let me know in the comments, or you can inbox us, or you can email us and just say, hey, I want to help you out. And we will really appreciate it. We're going to be doing some more fundraisers throughout the year for our Black Box Theater, and you're going to get so sick of hearing about it that hopefully you'll donate. That is the goal, is that you'll be like, oh gosh, let's hurry up and get this girl this theater so she can stop talking about it, because it's time. We've been blessed to be in business here for 6 years. And I think that says a lot for a theater arts company in Jacksonville, North Carolina. So, and it's all because you guys keep supporting us and keep putting us out there. And we really appreciate it. I think that was my last question. Yeah. That was it for today, guys. See, I told you I was going to keep you that long. I thank you so much for everybody who watched, and even for the replay people. For those of you who are watching it, don't forget to share the video. Tell all your friends, tell all your family. We have a dance class this Saturday. Y'all, I'm so excited. We've got like 8 people signed up already. You can still sign up. We still have room. Then we have a hip hop class next Tuesday. Y'all, I'm just ready. I think like we all need like a do-over, right? I think when we do resolutions, we should say that they're going to start in February, right? Because we never really start off good in January. Well, I don't either. You're like, I'm going to go to the gym every day. I'm going to do this. No, didn't happen. So February is where it's at. But we're going to kick it into gear this weekend. So go to our website, debbiesangelproductions.com. Sign up for some class. We still have a couple spots left in our theater classes, so make sure if you haven't done that yet, just register for those. And that's about it. So hopefully I will see you guys next Thursday, or maybe I'll do one Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. I got a lot to talk about, as you can see. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you at the theater. Bye. Is it done?